equipment company is Black Series Edition LLC. So we got a lot of inquiries about the 150-inch screen I have here displayed with all this light and with a projector. I only paid around $270 for. That's it. That's where I got my projector right there, and that's what I paid for. Well, basically, this right here is a 150-inch screen sprayed on, coated with the Cinema Complete, or a black ambient rejection Cinema Complete technology. And basically, I did this one before I left the house because we had the room to spray it in. We wanted to see how it was going to turn out. And then, like I said, 2 months down the line, we ended up here. We were blessed to end up here, and now I get a chance to display the screen. Does it affect the elastic of the screen? No, it really doesn't. I didn't get a really chance to test it out until now. Does it crack or peel? No, it doesn't. So basically, I've never actually sprayed. We use a different formula when we do like the acoustic surface. Now, it won't be acoustic. No, it will not be. But it will allow you to actually have a portable screen that you can fold up, roll up, whatever. I had this thing tucked away in a box and decided to hang it up in here. I was going to build a frame, but I'm still going to build a frame for it. Hang it up in here and just see what the reaction like. Would it crack? Would it peel? It's been sitting in the box. I had it outside on the balcony where my sister was living at. So it was in the cold quite a bit. So I know, actually didn't crack or peel. So basically how this was done is a material that we buy from Amazon. And that material, we turn those into screens from time to time. This is something that the customer can also use if they decide that they want to have a portable, expandable screen. And by using our ambient light rejection complete cinema, will have this kind of reaction. But I did it to see exactly what would happen. Usually we never spray this kind of screen with that particular kind of paint, but it worked out quite nicely. And on top of it, like I said, if I didn't want to build a frame, all I had to do was just basically connect it to my wall, and that's it, because the material has a kind of a spandex material to it. But it worked out quite nicely. So a few people have been asking me, how did I go about doing the screen? Now, rolling it on, yeah, you can roll this material, but it has to be done a different way. Spraying it on is much easier if you're going to do it where you're going to spray it, you're going to make it portable, and you're going to make it, we can fold it up or roll it up, whatever you're going to do. Now, if you decide to do it the other way, we actually attach it to a frame, which I actually did one, attached it to a frame, and I did 2 coats of the network gray to stiffen the screen out, and then apply our technology to it on 129 sheets to have downstairs. That's another way we did it. But if you wanted something portable that you can take and you could roll it up, spray it on instead of roll it on, and you get that reaction instead. So other than that, I'm freaking loving it. So I think I'm gonna do more of my screens this way because it's so much easier to transport them. When I usually have to stiffen a screen, that's not a screen I can exactly roll up into a ball and stick into a box. This one, I can roll into a box with no problem. I can roll it up, put it where I want, don't have to worry about the screen cracking or peeling, and it actually mended well with the material. So this is something we're gonna have to add to now, different surfaces that you can paint. Now you wanna make sure if you're spraying this on with the complete cinema that you have the screen fully stretched out. And it's only 1 coat. That's all I had to apply to it. See the reflection of the black level right there? You don't want that coming up tan. That's another thing I tell people. You don't want it coming up tan or washed out. Now, we always get that all the time. What can I paint the screen on? Usually for people that are going for sizes of 150 inches to find a material that's going to be that big to begin with, can get a little pricey. These right here cost us $48. And it has built-in grommets, which allows me to be able to hang it up. I might not even build a frame for it. I might just keep this up here because, man, it was like the easiest thing to put up. Honest to truth, technically, really don't feel like building a frame. I really don't. I'm gonna leave it just the way it is. So my screen here is approximately 150 inches, 16:9. Now I always say when you watch demonstrations, usually I use a much smaller screen because the screen, like 100 inches is not a small screen, but if you're doing a demonstration and you want to show off your screen can take on a lot of light, especially in a fully lit environment, you want to go with the biggest screen you possibly can. The bigger the screen, the more light the screen's going to have contact. Look at Taco over there. Crouching. He loves to watch the screen. He'll sit there and watch the screen all day. When I get this all the time, I'm like, what about lights out? That's the easy part, people. But I'll show you. This is lights out. Not much of a difference. Still have light coming in from my kitchen because my kitchen nails the screen. As you can see, I'll light the bottom. It's also being nailed by the kitchen light too. So not only was the screen taking the light overhead, but it's also being hit by the kitchen light also too. And if I turn the lights on right there in the hallway area, it still takes a hit. You see all that light? Boom, hits the screen. Doesn't affect it at all. It's ambient light rejection technology. Shouldn't have a problem. Most people, when they watch the demonstration, they think the light's only coming from the ceiling. No, my kitchen makes contact with the screen all the time. Oh, what I've been dying to do. 8K Desired Nature. I don't think anything new in there. Oh, look at all the new stuff they got on here I didn't get a chance to play with yet. Ooh, what's this one? Oh, not that one. So the screen itself, we get from Amazon, they're $50. Why does it keep doing that? That's weird. And our technology, as you can see, looks absolutely incredible on it. And let's see, price we have now, 150-inch screen, around 3 something. I can forget what it is, around 3 something. And then the projector behind me, well, it's an old projector, $270. That's it, done. And keep in mind, our product is tested. We can show you demonstrations of our products, taking out $3,000, $4,000, and $5,000 projection screens. See that screen's being nailed by the light right here in the kitchen. It's not even phasing it. Which is interesting. Something I don't know if I'm just doohickey to play around with. I haven't been on this channel for a while. Let's see. Oh, wait. Just go on the channel itself. I want to look at that other one, the one I like to watch. Where are you at? There we are. Man, best way to display black technology. So as you can see, we got the kitchen light making contact with the screen. You know, the one thing I hate about carpet more than anything in the world, the constant electric shock. I hate carpet so much, but I can't wait. I got my floor coming in, and this is going to be gone pretty soon. Now this is how real 100% black technology, you can see it pulls a 100% contrast level. It pulls a high enough white levels where you can see the nice gold and the detail in the skin, and look at the eyes. And on top of that is real ambient light projection technology. And at 150 inches, it can absorb all this light with no problem. So keep in mind, I have the overheads and the kitchen light is making contact with the screen at the same time. It doesn't phase it. Take the lights up again. Okay, we just want to explain that to you real quick. You know, turn my lights on. Or should I have them off for what? Worry about the screen washing out? Ha ha ha, we don't worry about that. I love doing that. I love the fact that we don't never have to worry about that nonsense at the end of the day. Worrying about the screen washing out. All right, well, let me see. Ooh, there's some beautiful colors here too.
Since we started looking for a better cashback credit card,
Options have been coming out of the woodwork.
yeah.
At NerdWallet, we can help you make the smartest decision by comparing top cards.
Ooh, cashback on dining out.
Great, because they're typical.
NerdWallet, the smartest decision for all your financial decisions.
Now, like I said, if you're going to be using the spandex material, I would suggest if you're going to do it something where it's going to be portable, something you want to roll up, use later on, like the one I have right here. Let's be a little bit more stretchable, then you want to spray on our product. If you want something that's going to be permanent, give it a more stiffer, more stiffer look to it, more flatter, more stiffer look to it. And then what you want to do is what we do is we build a frame for it, and then we coat it multiple times. We actually tell people anyway, if we're using fabric anyway, we advise you to go in and prime the screen. Because like I said, if you prime it, what's going to happen is some areas are going to soak in more, some are going to soak in less, and this is why I advise you to prime the surface. That way it soaks in as much as it possibly can. This is how we're doing the 250-inch screens with 2 applications, and then that means it can't absorb in any more paint after 2 applications. When our coating goes on, it's an even coat all the way across. That's the only time you got to coat something. Anything else than that, you can just roll over top of it and just be done with it. Let's get the lights out for you. And we got just fired the projectors for the ceiling. Now keep in mind, my screen that I had at my house, my main screen that I watched all the time, was 127 inches, 1610. I was going to do 138 inches, but then once I stretched the screen out to the wall, because I was just setting up something for the time being, and I realized I could stick a 150-inch screen here. This is where I'm going to have a 150-inch screen. And I know they say the P20 does 120. Yeah, right. When I have that thing at 150 inches, when I turn off that contrast, because we don't need it, and we're not calibrating that thing for jack. What would be the point? The reason why they tell you to calibrate the projector, because it's a gray and white screen. They can't see color or contrast. If the full lit environment, the screen automatically washes out. And the only excuse they can give you, they can't tell you, well, I'm sorry, but it's a gray screen, the color's going to wash out automatically. Or it's a white screen, the color's going to wash automatically. No, they'll tell you what you need to do is you need to calibrate it. And you need to darken your environment so that way you can actually, increase your viewing or optimal viewing pleasure. And then I'll suggest you buy this godforsaken expensive projector. And then you're sitting there with this expensive projector, calibrated in the dark, and your colors still don't come out correctly even when you turn the lights on. Because y'all can't do demonstrations like this. That's why. That's why we say match or better our demonstrations. Because if you can't match and better the demonstration, then you know which is the better product. Let's go over here. We'll pop over here for a minute. I gotta watch a movie today. We're gonna watch something on Netflix. We're gonna watch on Netflix. Wednesday was the bomb. I can't wait for the new ones to come out.
Poland Spring 100% natural spring water, fueled by nature.
I'm gonna tap over here, watching TV. Watching TV, Taco?
We switched to Liberty Mutual and saved $652. They customize your car insurance, so you only pay for what you need.
I can't wait to get my sofa, my cloud sofa. Oh man, I'm gonna be wrapped around this 150-inch screen on display. Let's go over here. So I went back and played back the video feed. Man, it is clean. That 5G is no joke. So it's clean. Let's come all the way back here so we can show off the whole full room. So I got a little more to go back here. So I think we're going to use the popcorn machine. I already ordered some stuff for it. But before I set all that down, first, before I get my sofa in here, I want to get this floor covered. Not a big fan of carpet, just not a big fan of carpet. Number one, it's a headache to clean. And number two, if you have already, you enjoyed that shoe, but this is my personal opinion. Getting electrocuted every 2 seconds sucks. I hate this stuff. At the end of the day, I'm going to put the same thing I have over in the gaming room. I'm going to fill out the entire room. So if I'm going to do all wood grain in here, I want the same color to match the closet doors. And I'll tell you something. Interesting enough places I've looked at when I was looking for apartment hunting, gee whiz, they did a really good job with this place. The closets are huge, and there's so many of them here. I was able to take all those bags we had, break everything down, put it in the closets. Oh, real quick while I'm here, for the naysayers, let me tell you the benefits, and you have to be smart when you move, of using plastic bags. Number one, they're cheap, and they're contract bags or conductor bags. Contract bags. You can, they carry a lot of heavy things, but glass and bricks and stuff in the bag won't rip. But anyway, number one, they're extremely cheap, which means 40 of them was enough to cover everything I had in the house. Number two, when I get done, I got tons of trash bags left over, so that's fantastic. I get to reuse them to throw away junk and trash at the end of the day. Number three, the hallways in here are marble. Yes, they're marble. So all I had to do was just slide them down the hallway into the room, and I'm done. That's it. That's why I went with the bags instead of boxes. Oh, and I forgot, most importantly, they didn't take up any room in the U-Haul truck, which means I had to pay the money for a big U-Haul truck, which saved me some money. That's the reason why I use the trash bags. Now, if I use boxes, well, boxes would have cost me a lot more. Boxes would have been much heavier because I had to get a dolly to carry 4 or 5 of them, which I can drag a couple of bags down the hallway, which I can't drag boxes at the end of the day. And I won't be reusing them, which I won't be using my bags. You have to think smarter when you do things. I did my last couple moves with boxes. I had to get a really big truck to fill up all the room the boxes were taking. This time I tried it with trash bags, and man, it worked out fantastic. I forgot about the freaking pyramid. That nonsense. So one of the houses that I moved into, we had like 60 boxes. By the time we got done loading all the boxes, it was just pyramids of boxes all over the place. Yeah, that was a freaking headache. Yeah, bags worked out much better. But I got the heavy bags that you use for construction. You can throw bricks and all that stuff, glass, it won't tear or rip. And now I got a bunch of bags left over. I never have to buy a trash bag for a while. Just take all my trash and throw it in the trash and done. That's it. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the 150-inch screen I got here on display with the amazing black background. And all the lights on. Well, let's get the lights on for you guys. Because when people ask this from me all the time, lights out. I can do it total darkness. Let me see. Okay, let me see which one are these lights going to. Sometimes I'm scared to turn off switches in here. Might be turning off somebody. Oh shoot, electrocution. Gee whiz, I hate that so much. I can't wait to get rid of this. Right, there we go. Now we're in some complete darkness in here. Yes, I hope that my LEDs for the ceiling. I do miss my neon lights. I'm going to put them in. Not just as crazy as I had them before, but I'm going to put them in. I'm going to pretty much put a light tracing around the floor here and here and here. Come up in here and here, and that's basically about it. I want it to be settled. And then I'm going to have the LED lights underneath my sofa. Oh, let's do some. Oh, look at the white levels on that. Complete Cinema has amazing white levels. Let's do something for some beautiful levels here. I haven't had a chance to do any of this stuff in a while. 4K outer space relaxing. I want something to match the ceiling. I'll tell you one thing, people. I came out of a 1,600 square foot house, pretty big piece of good sized house. And as I laid there on that floor in the laundry room, I could have sat there and cursed God. I could have listened to the devil when he said, look, the Lord brought you out of this to bring you into this. But didn't curse God. Actually, I praised him. I praised him for blessing me to give me the opportunity to be here. That's what I did. When all you naysayers are out there talking about, oh, he's living in his this, living in that, again, you don't see what I see when it comes to God. I was blessed while I was there. I could be in a hole in the ground. I can be in the middle of Hades, and I'm still blessed. Because I could have sat there and I could have cursed God, but I didn't. I thanked him for blessing me, for giving me the opportunity to be able to enjoy his blessings. And through all you naysayers who sat there and said, oh, look at him, living with his mother, this, that, and the other, I ignored you. I laughed at you because I knew my Lord, my Savior, will always take care of me no matter what. And now look where I'm at. I'm not sleeping on the laundry floor anymore. Nice big apartment. I can walk from here to there. My Lord is always taking care of me no matter what. And the interesting thing about it is I had 3 opportunities to get a house down here, 3 of them, and I had turned it down because I wanted to get an apartment because, again, when I got the house, a little too much. It was a little too much. I'm one person with a cat, and I got all this room I'm paying for, and the only thing I use is the downstairs. Comfortable here, but like I said, I'm planning, and if the Lord willing to happen, I'm going to get 4 acres of land. I'm going to build me one of them tiny homes. I love those places right there. You don't have to have thousands of square feet to show that you have money at the end of the day. I can have a little shack on the top of a hill and be a millionaire. Nobody would know. But I'm thankful for whatever God gives me. Whether it be laying outside in the street with a cardboard box over top of me, I'm still going to praise his name no matter what. You know, Job went through something like that. Well, Job did go through something like that. Job had land, he was married, he had a beautiful family, and the devil came in and said to the Lord, if you let me touch him, if you let me take everything away from him, I guarantee you he will curse you. And God said, go ahead. And the devil went in and he took everything away from Job. Took it all from him. Left him out in the middle of the street covered in sores. And his people, his friends and all sat there and mocked him. His enemies mocked him and said, you must have did something pretty bad for God to do this to you. But did he curse God? No, he didn't. He gave praise to God. And because of that, God blessed him with 10-folds, more than he had before. See, that's why I tell you, naysayers, at the end of the day, you can't take anything from me. All the cursing and carrying on and death threats and racial slurs and all that stuff, you can't take nothing from me at all, period. God will always continue to bless my table no matter what. As long as I'm serving him and doing what has to be done, he will always bless my table. God does not bless the wicked. And that's why no matter what happens in life, I will always stand tall because of my Lord and Savior.
Try a new brisket panini. Gotta have a Wawa.
From the places I saw, the apartments I got a chance to look through, whoo, man, some of them were just absolute freaking nightmares. Well, like this. Well, absolute nightmares. But the Lord protected me through all that entire process for me to land here. With some very nice people, nice big place, you know what I mean, very nice neighborhood. Apartment shopping and house shopping can be a nightmare. It can be. Some places you get a nice house, but the neighborhood's jacked up. And the other one, you get a nice neighborhood, but the house is jacked up. Or you can just get both. So, you know, if you've been through that, we all been through that before, you know exactly how bad it can be. But if you're blessed to get everything all working at the same time, you got nice people you're renting from, you got a nice neighborhood, a nice house, that's a blessing. All right, well, I'm going to watch a little of this, watch some TV, and get something to eat for me and taco. And as for you naysayers out there, I don't hate you at the end of the day. I don't give Satan that opportunity. If you think at the end of the day I'm sitting there full of hatred, no, I'm not full of hatred. I do have to take you to court. I have to do that because, again, you know the way for you to learn. So I have to do that. But do I hate you? No, I don't hate you. If I hate you, then that means at the end of the day, I become what the devil is. And I'm not trying to be that person at the end of the day. I'm not trying to give him that satisfaction at the end of the day of being filled with hatred. I'm not. And if I'm angry about something, I give it to God and let him deal with it. That's who deals with my problems. And if you're sitting there saying at the end of the day, well, you're a Christian, you shouldn't be taking anybody to court. No, I should be taking you to court. I should have taken you to court a long time ago. The fact that I waited this long to do this means that I tried my best to turn the other cheek, to try to give you guys the benefit of the doubt, to try to say, hey, look, you need to back down from this and just do something positive with your life. But you felt the need to just hate on me for no reason at all. So why we're going to court. So that being said, well, I'm going to finish the rest of my day. Or I should finish the night now. It's nighttime now. Probably jump on my PS4 because I haven't been on my gaming system. I've been on my game system. I haven't been on the big screen in a while. And I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day. And I'm going to praise the rest of my Lord. I'm going to praise my Lord, enjoy my day, rest of my night or evening. It's evening now. Watch some TV. And I got to call a friend back I haven't talked to in a long time, see how she's doing. All right. So you'll have a wonderful night. I'm going to go, and God bless.